What is up, guys? Welcome back to Altitude University. Hunter here, and today we're going to be doing our 30-minute edit session number 2. If you didn't tune into our last video, we were out in the field filming in the mountains of Malibu, where we captured about 20 minutes of content with one drone battery. So now what we're doing is we're going to hop right into the editing bay and make a final 30-second video. Let's jump right into Premiere. Alright, so first things first here, what we're going to do is we're going to actually offload our footage from when we were in the field in Malibu. So we have it organized here with footage, and as you can see, we have Mavic Pro 2, which is what we want to offload. So what I'm going to do, drag Mavic Pro 2 and import it into my timeline bin right here, and then make another bin and call this footage, and then drag Mavic Pro 2 into it so it's nice and organized. So now we have our Malibu footage in here. What we're going to do next is create a sequence. So go to bin, create a sequence, another bin, assets. And to do so, we have right here, create a new bin. You can press this, or Command B is the shortcut for that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create our first sequence, and we're going to call this selects. So make sure your sequence settings are set to 23.976, frame size 1920 by 1080. Make sure all these settings are the same in here, and make your sequence names called selects. Perfect. Now drag your selects into your sequence bin just like that. And now what we're going to do first, click on this right here, new item, go to adjustment layer, press OK, call it color, and drag that into your assets bin right here. And now drag it onto your timeline. You can make it however long because we want like a 30-second final video, but I just dragged it out, in about 2 minutes, just to hold the entire space on there. So what I'm going to do, go to color, input LUT, browse. And from here, we want to select our LUT. So I'm going to find mine in here, right there. This is the LUT I'm going to be using. Boom, and we're set on that. So now what we're going to do is import all of our clips. So out on our shoot, we got 27 shots. So I'm going to drag them all out onto my timeline just like this. I'm going to drag the color all the way to the end. I know in the first editing tutorial, I put the color just on the master sequence, not the select sequence. It's totally up to you if you want to view your selects colored or not. I'm doing it this time just because I prefer, with my computer specs, they're fast enough to be able to handle full resolution with a LUT over my footage. So I am personally going to keep it colored just so I can see what it looks like better towards the final product. So first things first, now that we have our footage all imported into our selects timeline, select it all, right click, and go to set to frame size. This is because our footage is all in 4K, which is twice the resolution of 1920 by 1080, which is our sequence setting. So what we're going to do now is basically go through all of our clips and find the best sections. And this is about 10 minutes of footage, and we're making a 30-second final video. So that means we only need 5% of all of this to work. So let's go through here. Here's the first clip. Probably not going to use any of this. This is when we were just talking about the intro, right? Like me and John there. This is what we were filming. Pretty cool. Let's see what we got here in clip number 2. I brought the resolution down a little there just so I can view it a little faster. I'm just going to scrub through like this just so I can look through it faster. You can literally press play and watch through every single second, but it's faster if you just go like this and view it in this way. So let's see, that's a cool clip right there. C to cut, V to select again, and let's find the end of it about right there. And that is the section that I like, this piece right here. So now you can go in, delete those other pieces, right? Let's do it on this first clip too. We can just delete that. I'm not going to use it. And let's go on to our second clip. Let's see here. Here we go. We're circling left, panning up. That's a cool section. C, V, and C again. Bring that up. And this is the end of the clip, which we don't need. So here we go. We're now on clip 3. Up. Nothing good in there. That's okay. I think there's some good stuff right here. Yeah, I remember this. Pan it forward. I'm going to start it right here. Push it up just like that. That's a great shot. Cool. Take both sides that we don't need there. Next clip. Oh, we did it again, and I think I actually lowered my f-stop to make it a darker image. I think it was a little overexposed here. Yeah, we can actually tell, look, you look at this versus this. But I'm gonna keep both of them for now. It's not a big deal at all. Let's move on to our next clip here. Oh, that's a very cool shot. Just like that. Panning to the right, kind of exposing everything on the left there. Boom. Let's see our next shot here. A little top down, so I'm just pushing forward, panning down at the same time. It's a really fun movement. I know during the shoot I was talking about this being really good when you want to show textures when there's a lot going on. When you're doing a top-down shot and there's a lot of different depths and topographical textures, it looks very cool doing a top-down shot. All right, let's see next here. This is probably one of my favorite shots that I use. You can tell with the lighting here. I was making it a priority during this shoot to really focus on lighting because the sun was kind of moving in and out of the clouds. So when you're doing shoots out in nature, you can take advantage of this because the lighting can be pretty unpredictable. So just wherever you see good spots of light hitting, especially when it's with mountains and ridge lines and things like this, it makes some really, really cool shadows on the environment. So just be very wary of lighting at all times and just keep an eye on it because it's unpredictable and it can give you some really, really cool shots that you didn't plan on getting. Here we go, this next shot. Sorry, I've been kind of skipping over these selects I'm pulling, but it's a pretty straightforward and mindless process once you get the hang of pulling your selects. And as I mentioned before, we're doing an editing session like this once every week, and just like the in the field videos, we want them to feel very raw, very uncut, just to show you every single second of the process that we're doing when we're shooting out in the field and when we're shooting or when we're editing our footage. So I want it to be very natural for you guys to be able to watch and take notes and go back and forth and have them be longer videos so nothing gets skipped over. Here we go, we'll pull this one right here, delete that section, let's drag that up. Let's see right here, this could be cool. This was a really, really fun location to shoot at. As you can tell, it's literally just like a visual gold mine of just different things to shoot, all these really, really cool rock formations. Like we were actually right down there and we ended up going up to this bigger rock and playing around up there, which was really, really cool. We got some really cool pictures up there that we'll be posting on Instagram for you guys to be seeing. All right, let's see here. We're coming towards the end of our selects. We're about 60% through here. So let's just pull a few more and then we'll just get right into the main video. Oh, this is a really cool shot, another top-down one, but here we're actually syncing at the same time. So syncing and rotating. This was really cool. Also, when you're cutting, if you don't want to have to press C and cut, if you're towards the side of a clip where it's easier to do this, all you do is when you see this red and it's pointing to the right, drag and it'll lock. And as I mentioned in a previous video, the snap and timeline, this magnet, if it's not on, I'm going to turn it off. Watch, it's not going to snap to that, right? It's not going to snap to your blue ruler here. So make sure that's selected. The shortcut for it is S, right there. And then when you do that, it'll snap to it. And that's for cutting too. So right, see how it snaps right there? Boom, if I zoom in a little, it snaps right onto the timeline right there. So make sure you always have that magnet selected. And we do the same thing towards the end here, just like that. That's a really good section of a clip. Let's see. We kind of already have that shot right before, and I'm going to use that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let me start right there. Go to there, drag that up. Let's see what else we got here. I don't really want to use that. And it's always better to overshoot when you're out in the field, because just like I'm doing now, you know, I'm kind of trashing entire clips that I don't want to use. But imagine if I didn't get enough footage and you're stuck with, you know, shots that you don't want to use, or you don't have enough variety. Oh, this shot was one of the most cool shots for sure, because the sun was hitting on this ridge right here. This, you know, it's shaded on that side. The sun's hitting right here. It gives a really cool effect. So like I'm saying, just realize the importance of lighting in the sense of when you're out shooting, it's gonna be different every single day, whether it's a cloudy day, whether it's a completely sunny day. And what might look good one day when there's good cloud coverage, or if there's not good cloud coverage, could look really bad the next day. And that's just the value and importance of lighting. It really does make or break your videos and photos. So just keep an eye on that at all times. Cut that. And we're pulling up on the end of our selects here, and it's literally been a matter of what I'd say we've pulled all these selects in about 5 minutes. It's 10 minutes of clips, so it is not that long of a process. So we're gonna do that section. That's pretty cool. There we go. And then let's see, do we like this? I was moving kind of fast on that. I don't even want that clip. Let's see. Nah. Oh, this was pretty cool. That was after we were done shooting, actually. Just gonna. Oh, this was that mountain I was talking about that we were up on. That's kind of a cool last shot. Yeah, we'll use that. Something like that. May as well play with it. Boom. So let's zoom out here, and to zoom, Option, hold down Option, and then just drag your mouse scroll wheel, and that'll let you zoom in and out. Make sure to drag that up. And now I'm going to grab all my selects, and what I'm doing, click in between, it'll highlight, press delete, boom, boom. If you don't want to do that, you can just drag it over and lock it. Same thing goes with the magnet here. If you don't lock it, it's just going to go all the way through at any point. But if you actually lock it, right, locked, it snaps in. If it's not locked, see, it just goes anywhere in there. So make sure that's locked. I always prefer just to highlight, delete, it's way faster than trying to lock them all into place. Boom, boom, just like this. And we're pulling up on the end of our selects. And just like that, we turned our 10 minutes of clips of every single shot that we got out in the field of our 20-minute session of shooting into 3 minutes and 19 seconds of selects. And now from here, all we're going to be doing is picking the best sections from these 3 minutes and 19 seconds and turning it into a 30-second final video. It really is that simple. So what we're going to do is go here into our bin, and under sequences, we're going to make a new sequence. So go to File, New Sequence, just like this, and name it Master 01. And it should be the same settings as your select sequence, right? So 1920 1080, 23.976 time base. Make sure these are all the same in here. Master 01, boom, just like that. And now assets, drag our color back over this, right? Boom, we want it to be about 30 seconds, so let's do that. And let's add our LUT onto here. And just like this, drag that LUT on, boom. We have that as our base color as well. And now what we're gonna do first is we wanna put a song in, right? So, cool, so this is the song that I wanna use. It is from artlist.io. I mentioned this in the course. The two best paid music softwares, the two best paid music libraries you can use are Artlist and Epidemic Sounds. I prefer Artlist. I used to always use Epidemic Sound, but Artlist has kind of come out on top in the past few months or past few years. They just have a lot larger variety of music, so I've been preferring Artlist. And with your subscription, it is all royalty-free music, so any video you post on Instagram or YouTube especially, you can monetize, right? So royalty-free music, you can monetize all of your videos with any song you use on Artlist or Epidemic Sounds, whereas opposed to if you use a copyright song and you post that video on YouTube, all of the money made, right? So if there's ever an ad that gets placed on your video, all of the revenue generated goes to the music label and not you. So keep that in mind if you're ever trying to make money off of your YouTube videos. You need to use royalty-free music, and you need to have a license to the subscription of that subscription software you're using. So what we're going to do is grab our song here and drag it in and create a bin called songs, right? We want to keep everything extremely organized. So now this is the song we have, and we want a 30-second video, so I'm going to find a part of the song that I want to start at. So just go in here, you double click, it'll open up this bin up here in the top left, press play. Alright, since it's just a 30-second video, I want to start it with, close to the drop. So let's see the first drop. Pretty cool, chill song. Let's see if we do the last drop. The last drop of the song has a little more to it as opposed to the first drop of music. Just a little rule of thumb. If you want to just scrub through music, you can kind of find that the juiciest part of the song is going to be towards the end at that last drop. So what I want to do is select an in point here on the end. So right here, mark in I, that's a shortcut, I, and that'll set that in point. Just like that. Let's go to the end of the drop. Right ends like that. That's 26 seconds. Oh, that was O that I pressed right here. Marks an out point. I'll press this one. Boom. In point. Out point. Press O. Boom. Out point. And now drag audio only. Right? Drag this. Just like that. And you drag that little section that we marked in and out point onto our timeline. Double click here to make it bigger so we can see it. And I'm going to extend this out to the end of the song just to kind of hear how it ends. Pretty cool. Alright, and then it ends around there. I'm going to drag it here. So we're actually working with this little section of our song is about 36 seconds. What we're going to do is we want this to fade out naturally, right? If we don't do it, it's going to end like this. Just ends abruptly. All you need to do, Command-Shift-D, just like that. Watch this. Drag this out a bit. It's called a constant power fade. Listen to it now. It fades out naturally. Very cool, just like that. So all we did, picked out a song, in point, out point, dragged it onto our timeline, put a constant power fade on it. Now all we need to do is grab our selects and pick the best parts of the clips that we like. So what I'm going to do is highlight them in my selects timeline, drag them into the Master 01 tab, and now they're all right here, just like this. Now what I'm going to do is literally just go through and see what looks and sounds the best together. Boom, that's a cool, what would be a good opening one? That could be a good one. This is a really good one. We're for sure going to use that piece. This is really cool. If we speed this up, it'll look cool too. So we're going to end up doing that. So I just want to use this piece of it, probably like right there. So I can delete these, just like that. I really like this shot too. We don't need the whole thing, just a little piece of it. Let's see what else. Rule of thumb, just always keep it simple. You do not need to overcomplicate these things. It shouldn't be a very grueling process. The more you keep your footage organized, the more you keep your bins organized, it makes it a lot simpler to go through your entire process. It really is just a few shortcuts, a few tools you need to learn, and then it's really just up to your overall creativity to piece it together how you want to. I like this shot a lot. Right, so this is how it works with selects. Like now that we have all these selects pulled, we can go in and kind of dive deeper into more of the specific shots we want. I think this would be a cool intro shot right there. I'm gonna move these over. So these are all the pieces we like the most right here, right? So let's see what we got here. Pretty cool. That one's cool, that one's cool. I'm gonna just drag these all over there. I really like this shot too. I'm gonna use that. Bring that over. That one's cool. This is definitely one of the best shots from that specific day. That one's cool. That one is also really cool. Cool, so now that we have all these, let's just start piecing it together and playing with it. This might be a, let's see. Yeah, there's really no rhyme or rhythm with this. You know, there's just a bunch of B-roll put together. So whatever looks the best to you, just play with it. See what you like. All right, let's go. Maybe we start like this. Pretty slow. I'm probably gonna speed it up. So to do so, you can right click and you can either go to, so right click, you can either do speed duration, right, or the shortcut's Command R, and I'm just gonna speed this up to 300%. It's a pretty slow shot here. So let's see. Let's do this. Like that. I don't know if that's actually the shot we want to use. I might actually start this song a little later. But I don't really know if I want that intro. I'm going to cut it right to this first beat, actually. I'm going to do this. A little longer. Yeah, like that. We just start it right away. And then we go in with, like, which one should we start with? It's a good starting shot. Just kind of a good opener. Like this. Oh, and I also forgot to put my crop bars on here now that we're actually in our master sequence, right? If you want to give your extra cinematic feel, go to Effects, Crop, and then Top and Right, put to 14%. Boom, look at that. Just like that. Adds a little cinematic feel to it. There we go. Boom. Hits right there on that beat. Let's get our next shot. What are we thinking here? That's pretty cool. This one's really cool. We'll do this one later on because it looks similar to the first shot, but definitely going to use it. And we're definitely going to speed it up. Command R, speed it up. Let's drag it out a little and see if we... Very cool. Right there. Sweet. So that shot is really cool. We're going to use that one. What else do we got here? Let me go into this one after. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Nice. This shot's really long too, so just 18-second shot. Let's speed it up to 300%, make it a little shorter. Yes. Super cool. Yeah, I remember when I was actually getting this shot too, I was talking about how you want, especially when you're higher up, you want to keep your drone shots and your movements really smooth, really long, like have a longer shot as opposed to doing this motion super fast. Make your movements really slow because then you have the option to speed it up like we're doing now. So that is extremely important and a good rule of thumb. That shot, we'll do that one after. Let's put in, I really like this shot. Maybe it's a good spot for it. Let's see. Let's put this to 100. 100 on this. Perfect, actually, right there. Let's see. Let's see what shot we want next. This might be cool here. Let's see. Put this one here. Alright, so it's got to hit right there. So I'm going to drag it over and add a little to this side. Let's see if we can. Nice. Just like that. We'll add in a few more shots in here. This might be a cool one, but let's add in one more there. We got a lot to work with, which is awesome. Oh, this would be a good spot to add in this shot of John running. Pretty cool here. Let's see. I kind of mess up the movement there. It's okay. Let's see. Kind of moving really fast right at the end. I gotta keep it steadier there. So let's do this. Nice, just like that. Super cool. Let's see if we... Cool. Let's see what else we got. Let's get a little more... There we go. We need this shot right here. We'll add in like 2 more shots and be good to go. Oh, actually, we're going to hit this right here at the end. It's going to go like this. It's going to go boom. Fade it out. boom, what I did, so I did that pretty quick. All I did, I just brought it in and then Command D, cross dissolve, fades out. So on the visual layers, right, these ones above this main line where the audio is below, for your clips, you do Command D and it does a cross dissolve. And then for the audio, it's Command Shift D and it does the same thing as a cross dissolve, but just for audio where it just fades out. Boom, just like that. Very, very cool. So all we need is like one more clip and we'll be good. I'm gonna bring all these over now that we didn't use any of these. Let's see here. Okay, we're not gonna use that one. That might be a good one. That. Let's see, what if we do another top down right here? If we go like that, to this, to that, let's see. Cool, just like that. So now all we need to do that we have all of our clips laid out here in our master sequence. We just went through our selects, put all them, put in our song, and we have all of our clips hitting right to the beat. Cool little cinematic sequence. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to color it. So first things first, in effects, I'm gonna go into film convert. I talk about this in the course. You don't necessarily need film convert, but it is it's an added layer to the color of your video. If you don't want to, we can work just inside the Lumetri color panel, which we will be doing, but just to show you the colors you can achieve, I'm going to add film convert to my footage first. So all I'm gonna do, drag it onto clip number 1. Very important, do not drag it onto your color adjustment layer, as that will color all of your clips. You wanna be doing this individually. So what you're gonna do here, first things first is choose your camera, boom, DJI Mavic 2 Pro, D-Log M, apply. And what you want to do now is take all of the grain response and put it to 0. Just like that, and make sure on the graph here too, it's all the way down just to get rid of all of the grain. And then go to film color and then the Cineon to print film and just adjust these percentages to whatever you think looks best. So I like it a little darker there, right? And then this all the way bright. And look what film convert already did just by itself. That's literally the level just brought your footage to. Pretty wild. Now what we're gonna do, go into our color panel and adjust this as necessary as well. I might get a little warmer, I think. Not too much. Maybe around there. And now that we have that, we have film convert and Lumetri color on our first clip. I'm gonna copy both of them, boom, and bring it onto my second one. Boom, look at that, wild. And then you can adjust this as necessary too. So I'm gonna bring these shadows down even more. Highlights, leave them there. Clip number 3, Command V, just pasting that same thing on there. This one could use a little more warmth. Shadows down, just like that. Same thing, boom. Bring it in like that. Same thing, next clip. Drag that down, it's a little dark. Maybe we'll do right there, warmth up a lot on that clip. Next one, boom, just like that. And our last clip, just like that. And see this shot, because the lighting was so good here, looks so good when it's colored. It looks amazing. And just like that, we just colored our footage in a whole 2 minutes. So let's watch this through real quick and see what we think. Very cool. I'm extremely excited with how this little piece turned out. If you guys didn't see the in the field video of us actually out filming this, a while back, I would really suggest checking it out. You literally watch me, you see a screen recording of me in the DJI Go app flying, me before I take off, up in the air, landing, so you really get a sense of my entire workflow all the way from being out in the field, filming, all the way through literally seeing this final 30-second video. So I'm excited to keep up this cadence of putting out one of these a week for you guys. Every time I'm gonna be teaching something new to you. We would love to see what you guys come up with out in the field. So feel free to email us, tag us in your posts, and let us know what you have been learning from us. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the skies.